Hello guys, this is your Eurovisionary voice calling. Today I'm going to analyze the results of the Polish National Selection 2025 because it's over. It took place on the 14th of February 2025, so St. Valentine's Day. There were some surprises, some shocking moments, but in the end, the winner was the person who was supposed to win the whole contest. Let's go one by one. I'm going to analyze the final ranking with my personal preferences, and I will add, as I said before, some comments. So let's start. We'll start with the last place in the final ranking, and it was Daria Marx with her song Let It Burn. Well, actually, as you know, it was my number 3. I was just wondering what happened that people actually didn't vote for that song, didn't vote for that performance. Well, as for the vocal quality of the performance, and from the perspective of my ear, I think that everything was good, even very good. I was thinking about the staging, maybe the clothes, maybe the costumes were something that at the very beginning of the performance struck me a little bit, and the footwear, all the combination at the very beginning of the song, and maybe some stumbles, but actually it only added some spice to the final outcome of the performance. And I was thinking about the combination of the costumes, the dress, and the footwear that Daria had, whether it was good mixture, but in the end I found out that it all worked together very, very well, because those last moves on stage were very, very, very good, and the costumes with those moves went together very well. And for me, it was successful. Maybe it wasn't perfect, but the last place, it was a great surprise to me. Yes, so when we were watching artists learning about the results, when they were finding out which place they got in the end, I think that Daria's face said everything. So that was, I would even say, a shock. Of course, I know that the song was not in accordance with the latest types of songs that we can hear on the radio, but still it was surprising. Okay, now let's move on to place number 10. It was Marien with her song Can't Hide. It was my number 8. Here it was number 10. Okay, for me, I don't know what your opinion is. For me, it was very good performance, very nice staging. Let's take a look at this performance for a while. Well, it reminded me a little bit, as for staging and the whole vibe on stage, a little bit of Rosalind's Snap, yes, from Armenia, that maybe at the Eurovision Song Contest was not extremely successful, but after the contest, this song turned out to be, I would even risk the statement, a massive hit. So, vocally, it was a very good performance. And yeah, I liked the thing I saw on stage. It was grabbing my attention throughout the whole performance. And yeah, 10th place. Okay, I would say I accept that, and it's okay. it's not like a big surprise. Like it's not like something kind of a positive or negative surprise. By the way, congratulations, the Polish public television on this show, because it turned out to be successful. All those cameramen worked very well. All those close-ups, everything that we could see on stage, it was on a very high level. And even the very beginning of the song with the names of the artists and composers, it was like on a real Eurovision stage. So once again, Poland proved that it is possible to organize in our country the Eurovision Song Contest. And I think that it was even proven some years ago when we organized the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, actually twice, yes? Good. So now let's move to place number 9. It was Tyński, and yeah, it was like a positive surprise to this artist, I suppose. Actually, it was my number 10, so still pretty close. I think that in comparison with other songs, from my personal perspective and in my humble opinion, it didn't stand out too much, but it was, like I said in my top 11 reaction analysis, it's a song that is quite pleasant to the ear and can bring some positive vibes. Let's watch a fragment. I'll take the leap, even though I'm not invincible. So, as I said before in my previous video, come back next year with maybe a better composition, and I think that you could be even more successful. Good. The next place, it's number 8, Sonia Maselik. And maybe let's start with the fragment. Don't listen to what they say. Maybe it's a fake. I've heard some rumors and Okay, it was my personal number 4, as you know from my previous video. And, well, what I saw on stage was a little bit, but I would like to underline this fact, stress this fact that I said that a little bit disappointing, because vocally, of course, it was very good, but as for staging, I was not convinced 100%. And when I saw that song, I don't think that it would be my number 4 again. Yes, the very beginning was very nice, but then this, let's say, dance and those moves with the dancers, it didn't convince me, but still a very good performance. Okay, then let's move to Janusz Radek, so number 7. Let's take a look at a snippet of this song. So as you can see, Janusz Radek is a very good vocalist actually, and yeah, it was my number, let me check not to make a mistake, it was my number 9. However, the performance we saw on stage, well, it was very positive. Yeah, he started with the piano. He can play the piano, of course. As we know, it was not like a real performance with the instrument, but still he can do that. And well, after the show, would I put him higher in my personal ranking? I'm still not sure. I don't believe this song would defend itself on the Eurovision Song Contest stage in Basel, but a decent performance, so congratulations, of course. And of course, we can talk about the one more thing, because we are talking about those first 6 results that we got to know on Friday, and I was a little bit disappointed that they all appeared on the TV screen at the same time. And I thought, oh my goodness, the Polish television spoiled it once again. Yes, they will present all those results in this way, but I can see maybe the point. Yes, they wanted to put the lowest marks at the very beginning together, yes, without doing it one by one. Okay, maybe it spoiled a little bit the suspense, but I can see the point. I hope it was not a mistake. It was not done by mistake. The last song, the last artist that was presented during this, oh my goodness, the sun is shining even stronger when I'm going to talk about Theo, so maybe it's a kind of a sign here. So the last person who was presented in this first group was Theo with his song Immortal. Let's take a look at this fragment. I'll be standing next to you. And actually it was my last number in my personal ranking. Yeah, so the song got, or the artist got this wild card. Yeah, it was not against the rules, as Mr. Artur Orzech, who was the host of the whole show, stated. By the way, he was the co-host with Michał Szpak. We all remember his great performance and his great song in 2016 on the Eurovision Song Contest stage. And, oh, sorry, I've got some throat problems, it turns out. And that song, like, didn't convince me when I learned that it was going to finally take part in the national selection. So maybe I needed some more time, but I'm not explaining myself. What I'm aiming at is to say that, well, in the end, when I saw the performance on stage, the whole staging as well, maybe I wouldn't put him now as number 11. Yeah, and maybe I don't want to talk too much about the accusations of some illegal actions like buying bots, etc. Okay, I admit that, for example, below my previous video about my top 11 reaction, I had a lot of positive comments on Theo and his song, but still I can't assume, I can't state that these were bots. These were people who were commenting, and when I was saying thank you to them, they were responding to me. So I don't know, I haven't noticed that below my video at least. Okay, and now let's move to top 5. And if you watch that show, you know that all these artists from top 5, they were invited on stage, and then all the results were presented one by one. So the suspense was real, and we were all, or maybe I should talk about myself. I was so actually I was waiting for the final outcome. I was on edge. And it turned out that the 5th place went to Kuba Szmajkowski with his song Pray. And personally, I had Kuba in the 5th place as well. So actually, my personal ranking was in accordance with the final outcome. Did I like Kuba's performance? Yes, it was very good. It was a decent performance. Of course, vocally, no complaints. Very good composition, and this red coat and this something he had like on his body under the coat. It was everything like well prepared and looked nice, presented himself nice on stage. So congratulations as well. Then we had number 4. It was Chrust with their actually tempo. And okay, in my personal ranking, I put Chrust in the 7th place. Well, would I put them higher now after that staging and performance? I'm not sure. I'm still not convinced. I'm not a great fan of sending those folk songs to the Eurovision Song Contest from Poland. We had some of them in the past. It didn't work. We had also similar songs from other countries, so I don't think it's something innovative. It's something different. And the staging itself, well, on the one hand, I liked it because there were some people moving, so there was some move on stage, and actually I like it. On the other hand, it reminded me a little bit of Marcin Mroziński's performance in the Eurovision Song Contest, where one of the dancers was, in inverted commas, of course, killed on stage. All those apples from that performance I still remember, and maybe it wasn't the best staging, and that lady that was pulled by others on stage reminded me of that staging, and I'm not convinced. Yeah, maybe it's something original. I still remember that, and probably the majority of us, but I'm not convinced, to be honest. So I wouldn't change that place in my personal ranking. And then, ta-dam, ta-dam, top 3. Let me sip some water. Number 3 was Dominik Dudek. Yes, some people saw him as a kind of dark horse, but actually I had Dominik Dudek in the 3rd place in my personal ranking as well. So once again, it's almost the same. I mean, almost the same because there are some differences in other positions. Well, what can I say about this performance? Maybe let's look at the snippet. Well, I love this song, but as I said in my previous video, I don't think it stands out enough, and I'm afraid it wouldn't defend itself on a stage in Switzerland. Actually, I didn't like that piano, the way it was prepared, this green kind of cloth, I don't know, it looked like a curtain, those flowers. I'm not convinced by that, to be honest, but the performance itself, the song, yes, of course, I love it. I heard it on the radio several times, to be honest, before the show, and yeah, every single time I heard it, I was like singing along, especially the chorus. And yeah, I love this song. I even started singing that and practicing that in my vocal classes. I like that so much. But as I said, it's more kind of a radio hit, not a song for the Eurovision stage. Of course, it is a song for the Eurovision Song Contest stage. Why not? But not a potential winner, unfortunately. And then we had 2 places left, so number 2 and number 1. They didn't present the 2nd place first, but the first one, then everything, of course, was clear. If we've got 2 contestants left, and well, as you know, I was a great fan of Justyna Steczkowska's song and her comeback to the Eurovision Song Contest stage, because actually she performed in 1995 in the Eurovision Song Contest, and she represented Poland then. She finished 18th. Yeah, let's be honest, it wasn't a successful performance. Still, in some interviews, Justyna Steczkowska criticizes it in a way. Now she says that she sings much better. Yes, she's got more experience, let's be honest, after 30 years. And I was not convinced 100% that she was going to win. Because, let's start with the second place. Of course, you know who finished second. Lusterka by Swada and Niczos, or Swala and Niczos, was a very good song. Actually, I put them, let me check not to make a mistake, in the 6th place. And would I put them higher now? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure, because the performance itself was a very good one. Maybe let's take a look at the snippet. Yeah, it was a good one. Very similar to what we saw in the video clip, official video clip. And what can I say? Yeah, a decent performance. It grabbed my attention, yes, of course, but as I said, we've already had something similar. But still, congratulations on your performance, guys. And what happened now? Okay, so once again, congratulations on a decent performance, but I don't think I would put Lusterka higher in my personal ranking. It is what I said in my previous video. It's quite similar. It's quite similar to Go Away from Ukraine and other folk performances. And that's why I think that we've already had that, so it wouldn't stand out enough. And tadam, 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 let's move to the first place. That was Justyna Steczkowska's Gaia. Let's watch a snippet. Great, I'm so thrilled even when I'm talking now about that. I'm so thrilled even now when I'm talking about that. I got goosebumps when she started singing, when the whole performance started with the strong beat. But more detailed analysis I will present in one of the next videos when I prepare reactions to all of the songs that will represent every single country. So if you are interested in that, please watch my videos. So in the end, it was Justyna Steczkowska who won. It was my number one as well, so I'm very satisfied. In the interviews after the show, Justyna complained a little bit. Maybe not complained, it's not a good word, but she said that she could have sung better. But you know, great artists maybe feel this way. Of course, there were some comments, yes, that at some moments maybe she was not ideal in her vocals, but from my perspective, it was very good. And yes, it was a strong performance. She delivered it very well. I'm not talking only about vocals, but about the whole staging itself. And from what Justyna Steczkowska said, we know that she is going to change a little bit this performance to make it even stronger. And by the way, when she was lifted upwards, Justyna stated herself that she didn't use any kind of, let's call it, protection. She was not protected. And yeah, she was not afraid because she said that she takes exercise, she's in good condition. Maybe not a problem, but a bit problematic was to keep your body in such a position and keep your muscles together to give those sounds in the best way possible. But still, in the end, congratulations, Justyna Steczkowska. Congratulations, guys, that we all voted for that song, and we will see Justyna perform in Switzerland and represent our country. Actually, according to bookmakers, this song is not high enough, in my humble opinion, but we will see what will happen in the future. Okay, guys, so once again, congratulations to all of the participants. You did a great job, and let's wait for Justyna. Let's see what will happen in Basel. I keep my fingers crossed, and all the best. Okay, guys, so if you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel, like it, comment on the video, and subscribe. And of course, share the video with your friends. Thanks ever so much. And let me know what you think about the video, about the performance, about the whole show in the comment section below. I of course encourage you to watch my previous videos about the Eurovision Song Contest. Maybe you would like to see Gaia Challenge as well. But I invite you to watch my top 11 reaction from before the show. And you can click on the end screen that you see here, and it will redirect you to that video. Thank you for watching my video. I'll be back soon. Bye, guys.